What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will cover a lot of topics because we will look at the title race and how it's shaping up after Arsenal won 6-0 away from home against Sheffield United. But the main topic is another Xabi Alonso update because Florian Plettenberg, who is a reporter for Sky Sports Germany, he's saying that Bayern Munich have the confidence that if Xabi Alonso decides to leave Leverkusen, he will go to Bayern and not Liverpool, because according to the journalist, Bayern believe that Xabi Alonso is saying that the Jurgen Klopp inheritance is a difficult task to take on, and it's a very, very difficult job to take over after Jurgen Klopp, after a legendary manager, and you can lose more than you can win. That's what the journalist is reporting. Sky Sports Germany is reporting that the first signs were positive for Bayern Munich and they have opened talks with Xabi Alonso just like Liverpool. And according to them, according to Sky Sports Germany, Xabi Alonso currently favors Bayern Munich over Liverpool. I'm not sure how credible this report is, but I still wanted to let you guys know because I want you guys to keep up to date with the latest information around Liverpool FC. So if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. And to help me continue making these videos, please subscribe to my Patreon. Any tier is appreciated. The lowest tier is $3 per month. It's like buying me a cup of coffee and it really helps me out continue making these videos. Link is in the video description. Thank you so much for your support. So according to Florian Plettenberg, Alonso feels following on from Jurgen Klopp's successful tenure at Liverpool is too high a risk to take on. Maybe Xabi Alonso would prefer to come after the manager who takes over from Jurgen Klopp. Of course, Jurgen Klopp has won 8 trophies at Liverpool. He is an absolute legend. And I think this Liverpool squad is very talented, but choosing Bayern Munich is a much lower risk job. I agree in that sentiment because at Bayern you are guaranteed to dominate the German league. You have a good chance to win the Champions League at any given season, and the pressure of course will be very high, but it's almost a foregone conclusion that if Xabi Alonso goes to Bayern Munich, he will win the Bundesliga title because Leverkusen, I think, are only this good because of their genius manager Xabi Alonso, and it would certainly be a more difficult legacy to follow Jurgen Klopp, who has been perfect for Liverpool, than to follow the failed manager Thomas Tuchel. I mean, if Bayern just win the Bundesliga title next season, it will be an improvement on this season. Maybe that's the kind of thinking that Xabi Alonso has. Bayern Munich, of course, have still a huge task in the Champions League. They need to overcome a 0-1 deficit. They are 1-0 down to Lazio, but they can still go through in the Champions League. And Thomas Tuchel has a good record in the Champions League, so it's not impossible that Bayern could go far still in the competition. But I think the Bundesliga title is pretty much gone for Bayern Munich. Of course, Xabi Alonso used to play for Bayern Munich, so he already knows the city, he knows the club, he knows the fans and everything surrounding him. But I think he has a much bigger spot in his heart for Liverpool. The big question is, would he want to take over from Jurgen Klopp, knowing that at Liverpool the financial backing from the owners, FSG, and I think that's a problem, will be a lot lower than the financial capabilities at Bayern Munich. Even though in theory Liverpool can spend as much as Bayern, the owners very rarely spend as much. Also, Bayern Munich or whoever wants to take Xabi Alonso, they need to pay between 13 and 21 million pounds to Leverkusen because Xabi Alonso still has 2 years left on his contract, so they need to buy out his contract from Leverkusen. The final cost will depend, of course, on how many trophies Bayer Leverkusen win this season, and the treble is still a possibility with the Europa League, the Bundesliga and the German Cup, still a possibility for Bayer Leverkusen. And Jurgen Klopp himself already praised Xabi Alonso, hinting, if you read between the lines, that Xabi Alonso would be the ideal successor to Jurgen Klopp. Of course, Jurgen Klopp will not be be involved in picking the next Liverpool manager, but he definitely rates Xabi Alonso very highly. He heaped praise on him recently, saying Xabi Alonso is doing an incredible job at Leverkusen. The dinosaurs like Ancelotti, Mourinho, Guardiola and myself will not do it for 20 more years, and the next generation is already there. I would say Xabi Alonso is standout in that department. He was a world-class player, like a coach already, and the team he has set up is exceptional. Not only the points tally, but the way they play is exceptional. But also there is another angle to consider. How would the Leverkusen feel? How would the Leverkusen fans, how would the Leverkusen board feel if this is really true, that in the middle of the title race with Bayern Munich, the Leverkusen manager is talking to Bayern Munich about overtaking their club in the summer? I think if I was a Bayer Leverkusen fan, I would be very upset and very angry at Xabi Alonso. So I'm sure that behind the scenes, maybe his agent is holding talks with the representatives of different clubs. But it's a very delicate situation in Germany that nothing really Xabi Alonso wants to do that upsets this title race in Bayern Munich's favor. And I think this could be a tactic by Bayern Munich to unsettle Leverkusen, the squad of players, the manager, the board, everybody. I mean, if these rumors are coming just from Bayern Munich, it could be a tactic to unsettle Leverkusen, because Bayern really have no chance on the pitch. They are so much worse than Leverkusen this season. They are 10 points worse. The season is only 24 games in, so there is still another 10 games to go. Bayern Munich would need to make up 10 points on a Leverkusen team who hasn't lost all season. So it's very unlikely. And the one tactic that Bayern Munich could do, and they are a club who are not shy to do anything really in order to become successful. Remember that they stole Mario Götze and Robert Lewandowski from Dortmund on free transfers. They stole Leipzig, who was their biggest contender for the title one season. Then they stole their manager and one of their best players as well. In the summer, Upamecano and Julian Nagelsmann. So yeah, Bayern Munich are not afraid to employ any tactic. And you know that some journalists are getting briefed by clubs. Like in England, there are some journalists who are getting briefed by Liverpool Football Club. Similarly, there are a few journalists, quite a lot actually, in Germany who are getting briefed by Bayern Munich. So this could be a tactic from Bayern Munich to actually just unsettle Leverkusen. And maybe it's not really true that Bayern are talking to Xabi Alonso. It wouldn't sit right with me, to be honest. Xabi Alonso is a man of integrity, and it wouldn't sit right with me if, for example, imagine Jurgen Klopp talking to Arsenal or Man City while in the title race of taking over them in the summer. That would upset a lot of fans, and I'm sure that maybe in Germany it's different. There are not as big rivalries among fan bases, but I'm sure that some Leverkusen fans, if they read this in the newspaper, they will be absolutely livid if it's true that Xabi Alonso shouldn't be talking to their title race rival in the middle of the season while in the title race with Bayern Munich. There is also a very interesting story about Bernd Schuster, who is a German manager, used to be a Real Madrid and Barcelona star, and he represented Leverkusen in his glittering playing career. And then he coached Real Madrid, who won the La Liga title in 2007-2008, but his reign fell apart quite quickly. Reflecting on his time in Madrid in the Bild newspaper, he wonders what might have been had he stayed with Getafe. Schuster compared his choice back then with that one which is facing Xabi Alonso this summer. He said, Xabi Alonso's situation reminds me of a similar situation I was in a few years ago. Before managing Real Madrid, he coached Getafe, and I coached my team Getafe into the UEFA Cup, and then I went to Real Madrid. Afterwards, I thought to myself that I would have liked to have played with Getafe as a smaller club in the UEFA Cup. This was the first time in Europe for this club in its history, and would therefore have been a very nice story. So it's hard to decide. I would understand Xabi Alonso in every decision he makes, but what I can say for sure is that sometimes you have to be careful not to want everything everything too quickly. As a young coach, you still have a lot to learn. And if, like Xabi Alonso, you already have your own team that he has strongly brought together and developed, it is also a really interesting task to go one step further with this team. And he has a good point. There is certainly a possibility that Xabi Alonso chooses to stay at Leverkusen and to give them one more year, try to achieve success in the Champions League. What a story it would be if we guided Leverkusen to the quarterfinals or the semi-finals of the Champions League. What a story it would be to try to defend the Bundesliga title with Leverkusen if he manages to win it this season. So there are a lot of interesting options, a lot of interesting stories for Xabi Alonso. And Martin Skrtel, the former Liverpool player or Slovakian centre-back, he said that Xabi Alonso always looked like a manager. He said you could even tell back then he's the type who will be a manager one day. When I came to Liverpool, what struck me about Xabi Alonso was the way he trained, the way he played, the way he talked, the way he thought about the game. So knowledgeable, a nice guy who absolutely loves football. I knew he had started coaching at Real Sociedad's B team, and then I was a bit surprised when he moved to Germany. What he has done since then has been unbelievable. He's doing a great job. The way they played, how they dominate the games, Leverkusen, even against a team like Bayern, it's crazy. We have seen how Xabi understands football and how he can get a team ready for each challenge they face. I'm so happy for him, Skrtel says. He's still young as a manager, but very successful, and I hope he continues this way. Whether he's the right man for Liverpool is a question for the owners, but there is no doubt that Xabi Alonso has a lot of strengths. He played for Liverpool, he loves the club, he loves the city. I think knowing the club so well is really important, because it's not easy to come to Liverpool either as a player or a manager. It's a special place. There is a lot of pressure to win trophies. Having already been there could be a big advantage for Xabi Alonso. I was shocked, Skrtel says, when I heard Jurgen Klopp was leaving. When I spoke to him on the preseason tour of Singapore last summer, he was really positive, excited about the changes. It felt like the start of a new era. But working for nearly 25 years as a manager is not easy. It's not just the training, the matches, everything before and after, the analysis, the meetings, the recruitment. He's tired and he needs a break. We have to respect that and wish him all the best. I hope he comes back to management, because football would really miss him. Winning the first trophy of the season, the League Cup, felt big for Liverpool because it gives you such a boost, pushes you forward to win more. Hopefully we can get some more of the injured players back fit. The kids have done so well and there is a lot of talent coming through. Virgil van Dijk has really stepped up. He's the leader, the main man, and I think the captaincy has helped him. You can see that with his performances. He's back to his best. After he had that serious injury, people doubted him, but the way he has played this season has showed he has got so much to offer still. He's right up there with the best centre-backs in the world and certainly in the Premier League. With the consistency as he has shown, I would love to see him getting individual trophies as well as lifting collective trophies with the team. And Jarrod Kwanzaa, who has already played 21 times for the first team as a youth academy player, Skrtel certainly admires him a lot. He said, I watched Jarrod train last summer, really liked him. You don't need to be worried when you put him into the team alongside either Van Dijk or Konate. He can play, he can compete. He's already faced some of the toughest strikers in the Premier League. You look at his quality and his confidence at such a young age. I don't want to say he could play every game, but you could certainly count on him as the third choice centre-back. For him to learn playing next to Virgil is a massive advantage for him. Virgil shows him the way to play, and that will really help with the next stage of his career. And it's very exciting times for Liverpool. Not just for this season that we are still in all three competitions left for Liverpool to win, but also for the future. There are so many young players brimming with confidence and talent, huge talent in this Liverpool squad. And this Liverpool squad is now bigger than ever before, and we need it because we have still 10 injuries. So hopefully Liverpool can keep continuing getting results, starting with the game in Prague against Sparta Prague. Hopefully Liverpool can win that or at least get a draw so we can take a good result back to Anfield. And right now Liverpool's summer recruitment plans are currently being led by Dave Fallows and Barry Hunter. Dave Fallows is the head of recruitment at Liverpool and Hunter is a chief scout. They are finalizing Liverpool's transfer plans in the absence of a full-time sporting director. With Jurgen Klopp leaving in the summer, there are concerns that the appointment of a new manager and sporting director may lead to a delay in finalizing the club's approach to the summer transfer market, but it is understood Liverpool are unlikely to dramatically or drastically veer away from the predetermined list of targets that they have. There are of course concerns that their transfer targets could change drastically if a new sporting director, a new manager is approached, but Liverpool will only appoint a manager who is believing in the same ethos, almost the same football philosophy that Liverpool have already worked with for the past like 5, 6, 7 years. But Liverpool need to appoint a new sporting director very quickly, and I think in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks we will see movement on that. And at least that's the latest information around Liverpool FC. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.